To the Chesapeake Ripper.
Picked myself.
I don't think I've ever had tongue before.
It was a particularly chatty lamb.
Romans used to kill flamingos just to eat their tongues.
Don't give me ideas. Your tongue is very feisty. And as this evening
Tried to appeal to his narcissism.
by convincing him he was the Chesapeake Ripper.
If only I had been more curious about the common mind. It feels like a Last Supper.
You get to dress up and I don't? This might affect how well my testimony goes over with the judge.
Testimony speaks for itself.
Frederick, don't look so worried. I forgive you your trespasses.
Dr. Gideon, you told me you were the Chesapeake Ripper.
Dr. Chilton, you told me I was the Chesapeake Ripper, and that's what I'm going to tell everyone.
See you in court. I suppose this is my fault, too. Next, you'd be accusing me of arranging his escape.
You were pushing him.
He gave me informed consent to treat him. Said that he was grateful for my help in understanding who he is.
Frederick, you have tested me. It's rare that I cook a meatless meal.
He tells everyone that you are a monster.
But in that case, you are dining with a psychopathic murderer, Frederick.
Charm, focus, and ruthlessness. The charm being debatable, of course.
Well then, as to your that, I wonder how that subject came up. Sharing stories of the unorthodox.
Sign here. What did the two of you discuss?
Well, you weren't listening to that one.
You met her in the privacy room. It is the only room in the facility I am not legally allowed to monitor.
You thought Abel Gideon was the Chesapeake Ripper.
Evidently, I was wrong about that.
I'd like to interview Abel Gideon.
He's getting close, too. The only way you and Frederick are gonna get out of this alive is if the Chesapeake Ripper is stopped.
Then you're aware what Will is accusing Hannibal Lecter of.
Oh, yes. And I am grateful that I have trouble digesting animal proteins, as the last meals I have shared with Hannibal Lecter have all been salads.
You believe it?
Hannibal once served me tongue and then made a joke about eating mine.
Everything back where I found it?
With one or two exceptions.
How does he describe me?
A pure sociopath, by the book.
Is that by your book, Frederick?
Yes.
I would just like to point out that the word sociopath has not been used by any respected psychiatrist since 1968.
Hannibal the cannibal. That is what they'll call him, you know. I really shouldn't be seen speaking to you. I don't want to be perceived as a threat. I would love nothing more than to see you trade places with Dr. Lecter. I have no intention of ending up on his menu. I have consulted with the FBI on previous Ripper murders.
You have an agenda with this case, Doctor.
Yes, I have an agenda. Living. Everyone who believed Will Graham about Hannibal Lecter is dead.
Except you.
Except me. I would like to remain not dead for the foreseeable future.
Neither of us controls our stories well enough to get anything from exposing the other's misdeeds.
2 hours later.
May I use your shower, please? Of course it would be me! Hannibal was never going to kill me. I'm his patsy. I have to leave the country. I am leaving the country. Jack Crawford thinks I killed 2 agents, 3 agents.
I'm gonna prove Hannibal Lecter is the Chesapeake Ripper.
I will read about it from a secure location, and I will reintroduce myself to society at that time. Will, what have you done?
I called Jack Crawford.
No. 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 No!
You're not a killer, Frederick.
I just finished your most recent piece.
Extraordinary stuff.
A particularly good one.
It may be my favorite.
I have seen a lot of hostility. But this was quantifiably bitchy. You refuted my entire book.
It didn't hold up to scrutiny.
Of course it didn't. I was lying. I went out on a limb for you, and you climbed up there and sawed it off. I am a best-selling author. I've personalized it for you. His appearance.
And not only is the Tooth Fairy insane, he is ugly and impotent.
Bonding of aggressive and sexual drives that occurs in sadists at an early age.
He's a vicious, perverted, sexual failure. An animal. Place if he wants to. Frederick, would you like to be in the photograph?
One for the dust jacket.
We know who his fans are.
Oh, my back hurts. Oh, did I get burned? Did I get burned? Oh, to God, I am not burned.
According to you, I am a vicious, perverted, sexual failure.
Hannibal the cannibal.